Um, should I? Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Whatever. Who cares? As people know who've watched my videos for long enough, I'm gay. Big surprise there. Not that big of a deal either, although guaranteed at least one person's gonna comment all sorts of shit about the Bible and how wrong gay marriage is and how I'm going to hell or some bullshit like that or how it's disgusting or blah 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 blah. Really, just save your time and typing energy or whatever, because honestly I've heard it all before and I don't give a fuck. Your little comments on YouTube isn't going to change my mind, considering that it's not my mind that is the reason that I am gay. It is just a natural part of who I am. And there have been studies after studies that prove that gay is natural and that it is not a choice. And so if God made me that way, I'm sure he's not against it. Just for a little quick thing. Homosexuality has been found in thousands of species, yet homophobia has only been found in one. Sorry, which one's unnatural again? Anyways, moving on. A friend of mine posted this thing on Facebook, saying, against what homophobia, or if it sounds like homophobia, then it is, kind of thing. Saying like, oh, it's mental illness and everything else, and it was because of political and social pressure that it was removed as such, and blah blah blah, and traditional marriage and stuff like this. But I always find it funny when people use their main arguments as unnatural and traditional marriage. Okay, marriage, not natural, so there. And homosexuality, proven time and time again to be natural. Moving on to traditional marriage. Sorry, traditional marriage isn't about love. For hundreds of years, even thousands, marriage was never about love. It was a political or legal agreement. It was used as a point of trade. Like, okay, I'll trade you my daughter's hand in marriage for your finest pig and your finest cow. So, or trying to keep marry royals together, or try to keep a business in the family, or money, or whatever. It was not about love. It was about how it could be beneficial to the families. It had nothing to do with, oh, I love you, Susie, I love you too, Warren, let's get married. It wasn't until like very recently, in the last 100 years, and that it changed to be that. It changed to be the norm of you fall in love with someone and you get married. So it's not like the definition of marriage has not changed ever. It's changed tons. It's like, seriously, like, especially in the last 100 years, it's changing more and more rapidly. So why is it such a big deal that we're going to change it? So the parameters are two people fall in love, they get married. But no, two heterosexual people of the opposite sex fall in love and get married. I mean, really, like, it shouldn't. It's either a legal arrangement and then about love. Oh, but wait. Then there's another change in marriage that happened in the recent decades in the last century. It was between two white people or two black people. They had to be the same race. Oh, now you can be different race, and like, honestly, who gives a fuck? It doesn't affect you. Like, you can't use the traditional marriage argument because traditional marriage has been changing so much, and you can't use the unnatural argument because, again, it is natural. It's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So, and if you look at how much ground gay people are getting, and if you look at history, how the you can't marry someone you love argument has been beaten down and been ruled against, you're on the wrong side of history. I swear to God, in 20 years, you're going to look like an idiot for being so against gay marriage, although you'll probably still be against gay marriage, even though it will be far more popular, or not popular, but like more places will allow it. So, you could either be a winner or you could be a loser. Or you could just be a nice and decent person or a total asshole. It's up to you. And don't use your religion to discriminate, because isn't your God all about love and not hatred and discrimination? Sorry, what was that he did with Mary Magdalene? Oh yeah, she was going to be stoned to death for adultery, something that is mentioned a hell of a lot more than homosexuality in the Bible. But God said no. Wait, what was it that he said? Oh, right. He who has made no sin may cast the first stone. Basically saying, if you're not perfect yourself, then shut the fuck up and stop judging people. That's what your God actually said. And your Jesus and God really didn't say anything about homosexuality. It was men. And in that same passage that he says, man shall not lie with a man unless he lies with a woman, they say, I know this is like used ever, but people still fucking use that fucking quote. So they say, you to wear something of two different cloths is an abomination of equal great. It's just as much of an abomination to eat something from the sea that does not have scales and has a shell or something like that. Anyways, basically eating shellfish, abomination. Like, it says a million things that people do every day are abominations too. So why are you taking that little stupid thing out of that really retarded book in the Bible? In my opinion, what Jesus said in the Ten Commandments are the only thing that actually came from God. The rest was written by man claiming to be God. So, within that religion, that's not even my religion, but as far as that goes, that's the only part you can quote and say your God did it, because I'm willing to respect that you believe that, and that's true to you, because everyone's allowed to have their own religion, and whatever they feel truest, and what they believe. So, calm down. Also, marriage is older than Christianity, so why the hell is it yours to define? You can, just because your religion says something, that doesn't mean that everyone else has to believe it. I mean, religions that are older than yours, such as the ones of the Native American people, totally embraced homosexuality and even transgender and pretty much any sexual orientation. They accepted all. Actually, they had the two-spirited thing, so they were, seen as a very special part of the community. They were exalted rather than discriminated against. So, and besides, this is their land we're on, so, I mean, you have no right to take your beliefs from a foreign country and enforce it on a country founded and was inhabited for thousands of years by people who were totally okay with homosexuality and transgender and all sorts of other bisexuality, pansexuality, you name it. So really, you got no grounds to be bitching, because really, you're stupid. Okay, bye-bye.